Hello, everybody, and welcome to this AFC South show, number 45. With me, as always, Blake Bellamy, and I'm your host, Curtis Brown, and we're here to break down the AFC South, at least as much news as they're going to give us so far. Leading off, Blake, how's your day going, bud?
Good, man. Nice day out. 1 week left in Tennessee before I go to Hawaii, so I'm pumped.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So, why are you going to Hawaii?
Getting married.
Oh, congratulations, young man.
Thank you.
Everybody in the podcast world should just send all of the vibes to Hawaii. All of the good ones.
Yeah, none of the bad ones. Like, there's a lot of ocean I could fall into, so hopefully.
That's true. And it's like a whole ass volcano in Hawaii. Yeah. Anyway, much love, bro. Congratulations.
Shout out Marcus Mariota.
The greatest Hawaiian to ever come to Tennessee. Is that what you're saying?
Probably.
Anyway. All right. So, in the AFC South, it's been kind of a quiet week. The Texans have been rumored, as I just learned that you told me that there's a rumor Jesse Bates could be in play for the Texans. Can you kind of clue us in a little bit about what that stems from?
Yeah, I mean, I've only known about this for like 5 minutes. But from the article I did read, it's just like that Cincinnati has having contract disputes with Jesse Bates. And dude's a stud. I mean, I think he was a Pro Bowler last year, maybe an All-Pro. Dude's a monster. And I mean, it's money. I mean, the NFL is a business. So, I mean, instead of it's either pay him or trade him or make him, just put out his last year of his deal and then get nothing out of him. So, yeah, I mean, Houston could be in there for it. I mean, you guys do need a safety. It'd be nice to do a rookie too, Petrie, and then I mean, that'd be a whole defensive backfield if you guys get him.
Yeah,
I'd hate to have to play against you guys, but that'd be a pretty good move.
Yeah, I'd agree. I wonder what the cost would be.
We'll definitely have to re-sign. I mean, probably the highest paid safety for one, and probably like a first, maybe 2 seconds or something like that. Trades are always kind of hard to navigate because you really, some of them you feel like they overpaid for heavily, and some of them it's like, wow, how'd you get that guy for like a 6th round pick?
Yeah, like Robert Woods.
Robert Woods, 6th round guy. Then and then Tyreek got everything and the money. So it's like,
right.
I don't know how that works.
The Dolphins are playing a different kind of game.
Yeah, no doubt.
The Texans have also cut Scotty Phillips, longtime fan favorite of this particular guy.
We need to get him on the podcast.
I would love to. I can't find a way of getting a hold of him. If anybody has a means of getting a hold of Scotty Phillips, tell him to hit me up.
Yeah, big fans of Scotty Phillips.
Big fans. Ole Miss running back, Scotty Phillips. But the Texans did claim former Falcon defensive back Kendall Sheffield off waivers. At least that was what I read on the team website last night. But enough about Houston. And honestly, probably Jacksonville and Indianapolis, because there's really not much going on out of those two camps right now. I think 95% of all the draft picks have been signed. And speaking of draft picks, Traylon Burks had a rough first day at rookie minicamp.
Yeah, it didn't look good. It looked like I was out there running routes, man. It didn't look good.
I think I heard him wheezing in the video.
I saw the video, but it was on I didn't have the volume on. Yeah, he looked bad. It did seem like there was some asthma issues, and he did come back the next day, full participant. And he was fine. Yeah, I think that first day maybe the heat got to him or something. But he's a big boy. I mean, I think he's heavy. He's like 240, and he's thick. I mean, Taylor Lewan on Bustin' with the Boys, he was saying that I mean, he's a Titans player. I mean, he always poked fun, but he was calling Trayvon Brooks like really fat or something like that. So he just kept making fun of his weight, which isn't a good first impression. But he's a little big boy for a receiver.
Yeah.
Compared to AJ Brown, who that guy was just like body. Yeah, he was huge. So definitely different, but I think he'll be all right. He's still an incredible athlete, and I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. And I don't think he's fat. I think he's just a little out of shape. Maybe
Yeah.
he took a couple months off to relax and kind of soak in the whole draft process and everything. You never know. I mean, it might not be like anything at all that's long term indicative of the player.
Yeah, Mike Vrabel came out and mentioned something about it. He goes like, all these rookies, a lot of times they do struggle. That's why they have rookie mini camps, kind of get everybody on the same page because they've been spending months, practicing 40 times and practicing shuttles and bench press. That they're not really playing football. So it's like really the first time they've actually been playing football again instead of just working out to get those good combine numbers. So he
Yeah,
came to his defense, and I think he will be fine. I mean, Jamar Chase couldn't even catch a football last year in rookie mini camp and training camp, and just led the NFL by storm.
it's true. He took it over, took the Offensive Rookie of the Year award straight from Mac Jones.
Yeah, dude, that Mac Jones would have got that. They would have rioted. Mac Jones is a track down machine. I think he's going to struggle this year without a little boy from Vegas,
From
McDaniel.
Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, McDaniels.
J Mac. Yeah. On the flip side of that, I have heard nothing but good things about rookie wide receiver Kyle Phillips, who has shown a lot of spark and energy. And I'm only assuming that this kid is just trying to constantly prove himself, like relevant at the position and good at what he's doing. When he came in, I didn't know much about him, but I mean, from what I'm reading, he's actually pretty good at route running.
Yeah, his
the
routes
scouts
are beautiful.
Yeah. He's got a pretty good comprehension of the option route, which is pretty heavily utilized from the slot, which he plays predominantly. And a lot of NFL teams use option routes to feel out zones. And if he can kind of develop a timing with QB1, then he could very well fit quite harmoniously in this offense for the Titans, depending on how Tim Kelly and old boy Todd Downing
Yeah.
decide to run this offense.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if Kyle Phillips starts week 1 in the slot. Last year, I'm sorry, the Titans had no idea really what their wide receiver room was going to look like. We had like Josh Reynolds that they threw out there who didn't even play. It just apparently wasn't good because he refused to play special teams or couldn't block or something like that. You never really know what the Titans are going to do with the coaching staff. And Chester Rogers started at slot last year, and nobody really cared a whole lot about him. He ended up being like the Titans' best receiver last season, outside of A.J. Brown. So it wouldn't surprise me if we do get Kyle Phillips start there. Watching his highlights, like he looks like a professional wide receiver, and all of his highlights, they're not against small teams. I mean, he's balling out against Alabama and LSU and Ole Miss. Like he's beating SEC teams. I don't know if his team won, but he's beating corners, and it's nice to see. And he's been lighting it up in training camp or mini camp.
Yeah. We'll have to see how it all breaks down, I guess. But let's move now to the way too soon AFC South awards, like yearly awards predictions. This is going to be the first time we've done this. We don't have any graphics here to kind of go off of. But we're going to do Defensive Rookie of the Year candidates, Offensive Rookie of the Year candidates, and the MVPs from the South. So diving into the defense, Blake, tell us about Theo Jackson, the Tennessee boy. Through and through.
Say what?
Through and through, the Tennessee boy.
Yeah.
Played for the Vols.
Yeah, played for the Vols, came here. The guy is amazing. He's very electric. He's one of those guys. He's just a football player. He can get up closer to the line. He can play the slot, play safety. He's just where the ball is. He's one of those playmakers that's always going to be there. He's been getting interception. Picked off Malik Willis twice this past week. Like, that's what you want to see from this guy. He's very electric. Vrabel loves him. There's a video of those two guys going back and forth. It's pretty funny, man. I'm glad he's there, and I hope he does carve out a role for this team. But I think he could probably be the best defensive rookie on this team, even over Roger McCreary, who I'm a big fan of. But there's something about Theo Jackson where you can see him playing here long term.
And as a 6th round draft pick, he would have to really just shine, like Eric Berry rookie season, but like Eric Berry was a first-round draft pick.
Yeah.
So Theo Jackson is basically going to have to come out here and just annihilate on defense. But it would be cool as hell.
And I've seen crazier things.
Moving to Jacksonville, we've got Devin Lloyd, the linebacker out of Utah. He has a lot less pressure on him than Trey Walker, who doesn't have the production to match his physical speed and strength and everything. So everybody's going to be looking at him and almost watching to see if he's going to fail. Whereas Devin Lloyd is going to be able to almost go unnoticed as the second first-round draft pick of the Jags. And kind of, I anticipate he'll have a really, really good chance of winning Defensive Rookie of the Year because he'll just rack up all the tackles. He'll step right into that Miles Jack role that's empty now and probably do pretty well for him.
Yeah, I agree. He's just going to eat up all those tackles and maybe get an interception or two.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, in the middle.
Derek Stingley for the Texans, third overall draft pick. That was something that you had brought up. I wasn't necessarily going to go with Stingley. I was kind of leaning towards Petrie. But Stingley definitely has a really solid chance to win Defensive Rookie of the Year for the South. All of these just for the South, not the NFL. But
you got to think, too, of the Texans. Like, they're going to be behind on a lot of games. And he's just going to try to make plays and just get interceptions. And I can see him probably racking up, 4 or 5 interceptions this season. And I hope he does. I mean, he's just not against Ryan Tannehill, but he's he's a ball hawk. And I'm excited to see how he turns out, especially since I haven't hated on him too much, just thinking of him over Sauce Gardner. So hopefully he proves me wrong.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Mm-hmm. Only against Ryan Tannehill, though.
Yeah, against Ryan Tannehill, I want him to just every pass touchdown. Traylon Burks over Stingley to the house.
Swiftly moving to the Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jelani Woods for the Colts. I think he's got the best chance out of all the Colts draft picks to be the AFC South Offensive Rookie of the Year. And basically it's because he's got a quarterback in Matt Ryan that absolutely loves his tight end position.
Yeah, they always run 2 tight end sets, and he's going to be right there next to Mo Alley Cox.
Oh, yeah. And he's got a little bit more speed to him, I think, than Mo Alley Cox does. I think they'll use him a little bit more vertically in the same way that the Falcons had drafted Kyle Pitts to kind of stretch the field. I think Woods has that kind of athleticism, but maybe is not as fast as Kyle Pitts. From the Texans, who do you think would be an Offensive Rookie of the Year for the AFC South candidate?
I think I'm going to go with Dameon Pierce, man. I think he's going to come in. I mean, we talked about him before they even drafted him. It's one of our favorite running backs in this class. The dude's a mammal.
He really is.
He's coming there, and the fact that they already got rid of Scotty Phillips is going to open up more opportunity for him. I know you guys generally use multiple running backs, but when you guys have a dominant running back, I mean, you might just be using him. I can see him being your next running back really since Arian Foster just light it up.
Yeah. I mean, it's been quite the void since Foster left. So maybe Pierce is that guy. I kind of think they're going to lean with Pierce. It'll be like a 3-headed thing. So Pierce will be in 3 plays, come out, and it'll be a combination of Burkhead and oh God, there was another kid they signed. Maybe it was Royce Freeman. I don't know.
The guy they got it from the Texans, Naeem Hines.
Naeem Hines is from the Colts.
Yeah, isn't that who you guys got?
Oh, Marlon Mack.
Marlon Mack, that's who it was.
That was it, Marlon Mack. So it'll probably be Pierce and Mack, and then a rotation of either Freeman or Rex Burkhead as the third down backs.
A lot of running backs.
A lot of running backs, but I think that's definitely the best running back room we've had in a while.
Yeah.
At least on paper. We'll see how it all works out. But Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Titans, the candidate of the AFC South for me, Um, Traylon Burks. There's a lot of pressure on him to replace A.J. Brown, but he does have the immense potential to not just meet those expectations, but potentially even to exceed them. So for me, Burks is the obvious pick. I think this video coming out is going to piss him off enough to take this way more seriously,
Yeah.
or regret the maybe lackadaisical approach he was having prior to being drafted. I don't know, but we'll see. But that's my candidate for the Titans, Traylon Burks. But let's move to the AFC South MVP for the upcoming season. Blake, who you got?
And this is just for all players.
All players.
Okay.
AFC South.
I feel like I'm gonna go Ryan Tannehill. Very unpopular answer. I think he's gonna have better weapons this year. He's gonna have a healthy Derrick Henry all year. It's gonna be his second year in Todd Downing's system. Last year was his first, so a lot of miscommunication. I think they bolstered his offensive line a little bit more. I think he's a real chip on his shoulder too with drafting Malik Willis, and I think he might ball out this year.
I mean, I'm going to have to agree.
Year, but I think he might be the best one south.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think he's got to come back and play with a viciousness and fire he hasn't in maybe a little bit, because the way the season ended, he definitely ended with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
But my pick is going to be Jonathan Taylor for the Colts. He's quite the running back. The Colts basically live and die by Jonathan Taylor. And the defense for the Colts does a lot more to help than a lot of people really give it credit for. And Jonathan Taylor just really runs the ball and controls that clock. So I think he's going to get the nod from me as the AFC South MVP when it's all said and done. But, that's going to do it for today's episode, folks. Blake, thanks for coming on. Always a pleasure to have you on here. And thank you for watching. Go ahead, like and subscribe. If you know any Jags or Colts fans, tell them to hit us up. We want more people on here. We understand that we don't have as much ins with the Colts and the Jags. Help us. Be good people.